Absolutely.
Yeah, we can really tease out the nuances here, the things that aren't always obvious at first glance.
Okay, let's dive into Shopify first. It's touted as the platform for building your own e-commerce empire. But what does that really mean for someone starting out?
Well, one thing that jumps out to me from this article here is this idea of multi-channel selling.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's not just about having your website. Shopify lets you sell on places like Instagram, Amazon, even in person if you have like a pop-up shop.
Well, so it's like casting a wider net, meeting your customers where they already are.
Yeah,
That's smart. Does that get complicated, though, managing all those different channels?
I think Shopify tries to make it as streamlined as possible, but it's definitely more hands-on than just listing on Etsy. And I think that brings us to a key difference we're seeing here: control versus convenience.
I'm sensing a theme here.
Yeah.
Right, so Shopify is the control freak. You get to tweak every detail of your online store. But what about the cost of all that freedom?
Yeah, that's where those monthly fees come in. We're looking at $29.9 to $299 a month, depending on how fancy you want to get with your plan. Plus, maybe some extra costs for apps to add functionality, kind of like those in-app purchases we all know and love or hate.
Huh? It's an investment, for sure. And the sources also mention a steeper learning curve. I guess if you're not super tech-savvy, Shopify might feel a bit overwhelming at first.
Yeah, it's definitely something to consider. You do have 24/7 customer support, but even then, you're building a website, setting up payments, all that jazz. It's not as plug and play as Etsy is.
All right, point taken. You're responsible for attracting customers,
Yeah.
marketing the whole 9 yards. It's like opening a store on a quiet street. You got to put up those neon signs to get people in the door.
Exactly, yeah. Now, flipping to Etsy, their biggest draw is that bustling marketplace. Over 90 million buyers, and they're already there looking for, handcrafted, unique goods. That's powerful.
Yes, imagine setting up shop in a crowded craft fair, but it's online and open 24/7. That's Etsy's vibe, right? Plus, there's this whole community aspect, right? It's not just a platform. It's like a support group for creative entrepreneurs. You've got forums, tips, people who get it.
Yeah, that's a point that often gets overlooked, I think. The camaraderie, the chance to learn from fellow sellers, it's invaluable, especially when you're starting out.
It makes sense.